My name is Laura Hirschbrenner, and I will be evaluating Ronald Reagan's Space Shuttle Challenger explosion speech, and my audience is our class. I remember being 10 years old, sitting in my 5th grade classroom, feeling the energy and excitement from both the teachers and the students. We were watching the live feed of the Challenger space shuttle, and we weren't just excited because we got out of class, but we were also excited because we were going to witness the first teacher going up in space, and she was going to be teaching us lessons from space. We sat there, and as the shuttle took off, everyone cheered, and it was such an amazing thing. But then within seconds, the space shuttle exploded. There was complete silence, and nobody said a word. The teachers started to cry, and frankly, the students were left with confusion, not knowing what had happened. Ronald Reagan was the President of the United States at the time, and he had the responsibility of addressing the nation on this tragic event. Through my research, I have evaluated the speech and will be discussing the public speaking techniques that he used and that he applied, the emotions that he evoked, and the specific audience that he chose. I will also be discussing how this speech impacted me personally. President Reagan needed to make sure that his speech touched the American people. He had several audiences in his speech that it focused on. His primary audience was the American people. His purpose was to acknowledge their grief and to give them hope in the NASA program. He next addressed the families of the crew members. He offered them his condolences, provided them comfort, and pointed out the great sacrifice that they had offered the American people. Another important audience was the school children, me. He didn't address us like a political leader, but he addressed us more as a parent, letting us know that bad things do happen and that we need to move forward and have hope for the future. And lastly, he addressed the NASA employees and let them know that they had his full support and he appreciated their dedication and hard work. Defining your audience is just one of many fundamentals in public speaking. President Reagan used fundamental speech techniques that are clearly defined in The Art of Public Speaking by Stephen E. Lucas. First, he had a clear introduction. He used words such as mourning and remembering to set the tone for the entire speech. He also used effective visual aids. Giving the speech in the Oval Office provided a sense of authority, command, and reassurance to the nation. And lastly, he concluded by comparing the 7 crew members to a famous explorer in history, Sir Francis Drake. And he used that to reassure the nation that they would never forget them. There are also several other techniques that he used, and especially when he created that sense of emotional connectiveness with his audience. According to the Complete Guide to Public Speaking by J.P. Davidson, emotional speeches are successful when they can relay the speaker to feel the pain of the audience. He also states that an inspirational speech will be heartfelt, stirring the audience with emotions and make them feel better when they hear it. Reagan was able to do this in several ways. First, he stated in his introduction that he had canceled the State of the Union address. This let us know that this was a priority for him. He also chose his words very carefully. He wanted them to be exact and his phrasing to be exact. He spoke carefully and with reverence, and he was also very reassuring and gentle. He didn't use a lot of hand gestures, and he maintained eye contact throughout the whole time, making you feel like he was speaking directly to you. The president's speech brought back a lot of emotions from that day for me. He made me feel that he truly cared about me and my feelings. He also reminded me that I should be grateful for those people that had sacrificed their lives and to have hope for the future. He let me know that despite bad things, the future will always hold better things. The technique that I want to be able to incorporate in my speeches is that emotional connectiveness with the audience. I want to be able to use my body language and my voice and my phrasing and even my choice of words to be able to connect fully with them. In conclusion, President Reagan was able to inspire millions of people that day by providing hope and comfort to them. It was his effective use of the fundamentals of public speaking and his emotional connectiveness that drew in his audience and made this speech a memorable one for all time. Thank you.